step in my kitchen, got the radio on. Kelley's cooking, feeling strong. Pots and pans are clanging, a rhythm in the air. Old tunes playing, laughter everywhere. Kelley's kitchen, where we dance and sing. Kelley's kitchen.
Oh my goodness, first cauliflower. It's beautiful. Look at that. So excited. We had a pretty good harvest today. So I have some nasturtiums. I have some mint. I have another eggplant and also another tomato. Very cool, very cool. So yeah, gonna take these inside. I'm actually gonna use this eggplant and that tomato for my eggplant lasagna recipe. I'm gonna be using Palmini. It's gonna be so exciting. And I'm using homemade fresh mozzarella. Delicious. It's gonna be cheesy and warm. I'm gonna use the herbs from the garden, my indoor and outdoor garden. It's gonna be amazing. Can't wait to show you guys. Doing some late night cheese making. So we have some raw milk, about 3 gallons of it. And so I'm gonna make 3 batches of mozzarella. Before I started, I went ahead and skimmed all the cream off the top. You know the saying when they say the cream always rises to the top? This is actually what they meant. It's funny because I'm like, oh, I heard that saying, but I didn't realize the application of it. So it's kind of cool. So I got a bunch of cream over here, and I'm probably going to use this one to make sour cream, and I'm going to make butter out of these other 2. But for now, we're focused on the cheese making. So I'm going to go ahead, pour. I'm going to do a gallon at a time. That seems to work best for me. And then we just turn it on to like a medium-high heat, not too hot but not too cold. I have 2 temperature gauges here because this one is a little bit lower. This one goes up to like 550. So I have both just to make sure it gets up to 120, and I'm like right there when it happens. So now we just gotta wait for it to heat up to 120, and then we'll go ahead and add the magic, which is so simple. It's vinegar, plain distilled white vinegar. And what it does is it creates a reaction where it separates the whey and the curds. So it's a pretty cool thing to watch. So we're just gonna wait for this to heat up. I'll be honest with you, I never thought I could make my own cheese. I thought it would be so complex that I would need these fancy tools and resources and contraptions and just all this infrastructure. And I was so surprised to see how simple it is. Even making brine is super simple. You know, like anything else with cooking, the best part about cooking is not just the magic of learning how to do it myself, but sharing with our family and seeing my husband's face and how excited he gets when he gets to eat this homemade mozzarella. It's eye-opening, it's so powerful, just the magic of cooking and what it does for the family. I'm excited as we think about our future family and future kids and everything, to just bring that same joy in the house and something that they can learn to do themselves as well. And I look forward to creating new hard cheeses, soft cheeses, creamy cheeses, funky cheeses, you know, and just figuring out different ways that you can put your own stamp on how you like it and how your family loves it. I think that's what I wanted this channel to be. It's a chance to show that, hey, these things aren't so complex, and maybe we can find a cool way for everyone to feel that same sense of joy of eating and feeding your family and learning and just trying and improving things over time. One of the things I love to do for any recipe that calls for a tomato sauce or a tomato-based sauce is to make my own homemade marinara or tomato sauce. And that starts with freezing and coring and washing, of course, tomatoes beforehand. I find that this allows the sauce to be like a brighter red, it makes it much thicker, and most importantly, it makes it super easy
to peel the skin off of these tomatoes. If you've ever had to peel tomato skins, you'll thank me later for doing this. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start peeling these.
I'll let you in on a little secret. Emile and I visited our first farm last year and we got hooked on the idea of growing our own food. We thought we'd start small, maybe just a few fruits and vegetables in a raised bed in our backyard. But once we started, it became so fun and empowering. It's something that we could do together as a family. And Emile, being who he is, wanted to scale it up, especially with tomatoes. Why tomatoes? Well, we saw all these videos about how challenging they are to grow, and we love to do hard things in this family. So now we have all sorts of varieties: Roma, green tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, and more. Emile even wants to grow 10 times more next season. I'm excited to master the art of canning, storing, and making sauces and things like ketchup. It's just another fun thing that I thought I'd never be doing.
Hey there, so now it is time to put everything together. We have all these beautiful vegetables and herbs, all from our garden outside, and including homemade tomato sauce. And now what we're gonna do is just put it all together. But I decided to add a little bit of a twist to this. I'm actually gonna use fresh ground wild Alaskan salmon. It's gonna be so good. And salmon, it's full of so many nutrients, including omega-3s, and it sometimes is referred to as the other red meat. So we're gonna go ahead and get started putting this beautiful dish together. Let's go. Sometimes you can feel a little bit like self-conscious about organic gardening because you're so used to like grocery store fruits and vegetables. But the good thing about it is that this is the natural way, all these little imperfections is the natural way the vegetable is supposed to grow. Plus, I saw somewhere where they were talking about like how many more polyphenols a fruit or vegetable or herb has when it's actually gone through a little bit in the garden and isn't just sprayed with like insecticides and pesticides and things like that. So sometimes you just got to get comfortable sharing a little bit of your fruits and vegetables with the pests outside because it's we're sharing an ecosystem with them. Oh my goodness, I am in love with thyme as an herb. It's so good. It's the perfect thing to put in anything that is tomato based. It just adds so many amazing flavors. And then also I've been using thyme a lot when I have been pickling. So I've been adding it to especially now that we have so much more access to it by growing it outside, I have so many things that I added to it for pickling. So like dill pickles, onions, my red pickled onions and things like that. So it's been wonderful. Same thing with rosemary. I feel like you can never have enough rosemary. It's such an amazing, fragrant herb. And once you start using fresh herbs, like even when you buy like a high quality dried herbs, it's not the same. Like the aromas and the flavors do not mix in the same way as when you have like stuff that's like fresh. So I'm going to actually take a little bit of parsley too. They're beautiful. These are curled parsley from outside. Sounds beautiful. Just harvested this today. Sounds so crispy and it smells so good. Love fresh parsley as well. All right, there we go. We got this for our sauce. So I think I believe this pan is ready. Yeah, I think we got it. Let's some ghee in here. Looks beautiful. Made this myself. And then we fresh. This is not canned. I love this salmon. It's so versatile. It literally cooks just like ground beef. It's quite fascinating, actually. And I've so far have made salmon burgers. Oh yeah, I made tacos from this. It's so good. So good. So I know Emile is waiting for me to make some more of that stuff, but I know he's been waiting for me. It's coming back around. See how it literally acts just like ground beef. I was so surprised. I love it. Imagine how fun it is to have salmon tacos for taco night at home. That's kind of fun. So once we get it a little bit more brown, I'm going to then add in some more seasoning like the salt, pepper, herbs, and the tomato sauce.
Up on tight in the morning sun, Grandma's whistling songs for fun. Muffin batter spins like a dream. Pancakes fly like a kitchen team. 2 toes tap into a rhythmic beat. Sugar cane and flour so sweet. Old records spinning on the sill. Kelley's kitchen windowsills fill. Dancing in Kelley's kitchen, see memories blend like sugar and tea. Grandma's feet keep the rhythm tight. Dancing in Kelley's kitchen feels right.
Adding a little bit more ghee in here. I love ghee. I love the nutty flavor of it, and I love the high smoke point of ghee. Smoke point is like really important in making sure that you don't cook anything at a temperature where it becomes like rancid and then it becomes like harmful to your body. And ghee and tallow actually have some of the best, highest smoke points, but they also add so much flavor to the dish as well. So, and for people who might be like lactose intolerant or something like that, ghee, it actually, you remove all the milk fat from it. So it becomes like such a great tool to use in the kitchen, flavor-wise, health-wise, and you know, if you have certain allergies, it's really great for you. I've been waiting for this tomato sauce. I have not made any tomato sauce all winter because I wanted to get farm or garden fresh tomatoes in my tomato sauce. So I'm super excited about this. See what this tastes like. Oh wow, this is good. All right, the salmon, number one, tastes amazing, and then the tomato sauce is so like, it's like kind of full of body. You know, when they talk about like red wine, it has so much body in it. You know what I mean? That's what it tastes like. And then you have the fresh herbs, and the smoked sea salt is so great. And you can even, can't really taste the ghee, but I know the ghee is in here working some magic right there too. So it just tastes like kind of buttery. It like the salmon like melts in your mouth. It's not hard. You know how sometimes like ground beef gets a little like tough when it crumbles. Like you don't have that issue with this right here. It's pretty cool. I love it. So we are ready to put this all together. This is going to be delicious. And if I have any leftover, I'm just going to save this. Probably just make it into like, just put it on top of like a pasta or something like that if I have some leftover. We'll see. I might not have any leftover. the Palmini right on top. And this Palmini is super cool. They sent this to us. I love this heart of palm lasagna. Number one, it's low calorie and it's low carb. But you get all the benefits of hearts of palm, which are a really great healthy vegetable. And so I just find that, and also it adds like kind of a little bit of a tangy flavor, but not in a bad way, in a good way that kind of adds to the dish. So usually, when you have pasta, it's pretty, depending on the pasta, right? It's kind of like flat and bland, and it's, again, it's the same thing with like chicken or tofu. You kind of have to like, you season the pasta. The pasta isn't necessarily have its own flavor. And so with this, it does have its own flavor, but it's not in a overpowering or negative way. It actually really adds to the dish. So I find it very amazing. And again, low calorie, low carb, and you still get to eat pasta and lasagna. I mean, you can't, they say you can't have it all, but maybe you can,
Kelley's Kitchen, where we dance and sing. Kelley's Kitchen, joy it brings.
Now we're gonna add that homemade mozzarella. And I told you guys, I've been enjoying making my own cheeses at home. And the easiest cheeses to make are soft cheeses because they don't require you to like let them age. What I love about it is, number one, who doesn't love cheese, right? You have access to cheese whenever you want it. You know exactly like what's in it, right? So you know how it's made, and you make sure there's like no chemicals in it. So we're adding another layer of all the same things.
Dancing in Kelley's Kitchen, see memories blend like sugar and tea. Grandma's feet keep the rhythm tight. Dancing in Kelley's Kitchen feels right.
Whatever doesn't go in here, we'll probably snack on it. Mozzarella, I had to almost hide this mozzarella. This goes really fast in the house. It's like I'm constantly making batches, but it's cool. I love it. I mean, it's super easy to make, so it's not even a problem. Awesome, look at that. It hasn't even gone in the oven yet. All right, so let's get this bad boy in the oven. Now we just wait. We're gonna let this cool down. But in the meantime, let's get some of the toppings for it. So downstairs, we have indoor vertical garden. So we garden indoor and outdoor. And so I have some purple basil that I cannot wait to use. So let's head downstairs and check it out. Oh my goodness, it smells so great, so fresh, literally right out of the garden. I like these little tomatoes here because it also kind of helps me with portions as well. Smells wonderful. Smell the salmon, fresh tomatoes. Texture is, there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. This is called amethyst basil. What's so cool about it, it's like purple, but you see a little bit of green in there. It looks so wonderful. Emile and I have been kind of obsessed with purple vegetables and herbs and everything. We've been trying to grow as many purple things in the garden, inside and outside, as possible. We also got some purple bell peppers growing in the garden. We have cabbage, all those things. So let's go ahead, sprinkle this on top. Perfect. All right, let me grab a seat. Wow, look at that mozzarella. Look how well it melted. Those fresh tomatoes, and you see a little piece of palmini. I've been planning this recipe for some time. Oh, wow. It's such a melody of like so many herbs, and then the eggplant is so kind of rich and delicious. The melted mozzarella tastes perfect, like so perfect. And I was so excited that I actually got a chance to learn how to make a brine, a cheese brine with the mozzarella, and I think it just made it like perfectly salted this time. And then the salmon has so much flavor. It like bursts through, and then with the tomato sauce, the homemade tomato sauce, and the salmon, they're just such a perfect pair. The tomato sauce is enhanced by the salmon, and the salmon enhances the tomato sauce. It's really beautiful. And of course, you can taste the fresh basil. There's nothing like some fresh basil. All right, I can't wait for Emile to try this. This is so delicious. Oh my goodness. Thanks so much, Palmini, for also sending us a gift and being able to let me like kind of experiment and try some fun new things using salmon and also all these fruits and veggies and herbs from our garden. I'm gonna start getting quiet now because I'm gonna finish this meal. Bye, everybody.
Kelley's Kitchen, where we dance and sing. Kelley's Kitchen, joy it brings.